My name is Pascale Florestal. I'm the director, and I'm working on This Girl Laughs, This Girl Cries, This Girl Does Nothing. This show is about three sisters who are abandoned by their father in a wood, and they have to fend for themselves and understand what it means to grow up by themselves and without their sisters. And they spend the next 20 years walking along the world trying to find each other, and eventually they do, and they're reunited. And it's about growing up and growing up on your own and finding your own way in your own world during, hard and challenging moments.
My name is Victoria Aysadi, and I am the assistant director for This Girl Laughs, This Girl Cries, and This Girl Does Nothing.
Hi, my name is Karen Eskenazi, and I'm one of the assistant directors. This Girl is essentially a story about three sisters who go on an adventure to find themselves in order to find each other once again. My job is to provide an extra pair of eyes in the rehearsal room and to just assist Pascale, the director, on anything she might need.
I'm seeing it from a different angle. I want to make sure that everybody can be seen. I want to make sure everyone can be heard, and that every point of view is coming across.
For me, when I create theater, it's about making the audience feel seen, making the audience feel like that's their story too, making sure everyone gets something out of it and they can leave feeling understood and feeling excited about a story.
When we say theater for young audiences, it's really just theater for everybody. It's theater that everybody can enjoy and everyone can relate to, and I think that's the beauty of it.
These are young people who are still in the process of discovering what their world looks like and who they want to become. And so I want to be able to make theater that adds in a good way to that discovery of the world and of themselves.
What's so amazing about theater for young audiences is for everyone. It's not just for the adults, it's for the little kids, for the kids in the middle, for the kids in high school. And I think this play does a really great job of bringing in the entire family and letting each person see themselves in these characters, what their experience is like and what they leave with. And so often I think for me, when I create theater, it's about making the audience feel seen, making the audience feel like that's their story too.
Theater for young audiences can really go anywhere you want it to go, as long as you can imagine it's there. I think that it gives you more freedom, not only for what the play is about, but for how you approach the play. For example, this show uses all of these puppets. We're using quite a few different types of puppets, mostly shadow work, which is very intriguing. So there's not only the shadow work of seeing people's bodies, but there are also these orbs, and in the orb are these little puppets that you can see.
It brings such a fairytale-esque environment to the whole show, and it's so beautiful, and there are so many details that make it so gorgeous and so enjoyable, and I'm really excited for people to get to see that. What I'm hoping the audience get from this show is to not be scared of stop for a second and step out of line and go your own way for a little, do your own thing, go on adventures and make mistakes, do everything you can just to find yourself.
This show does a really great job of dealing with really heavy topics like loss and grief and coming of age in such a delightful, wonderful way. It really elevates it, so there are moments of real humor, and I think that the story of the characters too, these three sisters and their growth, they are really complex, beautiful characters who go through such different stages of life.
The fact that I could identify with these girls, even though I was nothing like them, but I definitely understand what it's like to be a sibling, to have to go off away from your sibling and find your own self without them. There's a specific idea of what it's supposed to look like, right? You're supposed to be tied at the waist together, everything done together, and understand each other in a way that no one else. But I think there's something so important that this story shows, that every sister and every sibling is different, and just because your relationship doesn't look the way that the world tells you doesn't mean that there's something wrong with it.
This is such a beautiful portrayal of sisterhood. I think it's such a beautiful way of showcasing how important that relationship is, while also portraying how important your own relationship with yourself is.
And it's so important for us to really enjoy that color and vibrancy, because I think, we've gone through a very dark time, right? With the pandemic and with, the election, so many things that have happened in the last few years. I think it's really easy to go to the darkness. And I really wanted to bring as much light and color and energy to this show as possible.
This girl will be performing at the RJO.
October 7th through the 16th.
We hope to see you there.